إلى آخره. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين. Imam Rahmatullah, he mentioned that why the Sharia of different messengers and prophets and different time is different or different. Because of time, space, and nature of the people concerned. بحسب الزمان والمكان وفطرة الناس. Imam Rahmatullah says that why this was the hukum of Sharia in the time of Nuh, because the time and space and nature of his people. Why then the rule got changed in the time of Ibrahim? Because of time, space, and nature of the people. Why that Sharia changed or that rule changed in the time of Musa? Because of time, space, and nature of the people. And why that change in our time? Because of those three things. Got it? So Imam Rahmatullah says that for different Sharia or for its differences, there are so many reasons and causes, but he made it to two types. So the first type he mentioned already. So now he is starting the second type of those asbab or those causes and reasons. So he said that the first category of asbab and reason, that is permanent. But this second type, that is temporary. That's what? At-tari al-aris, temporary. That these are temporary. So he said, one no Usani, that why the different Sharia came in different time, what was the reason, what was the cause. So there were some temporary types of causes and reasons. بمنزلة الطارئ إن عارض وذلك أن الله تعالى وإن كان متعاليا عن الزمان. Now a reservation comes here. Look at me. A reservation comes here that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is changeable. Say. No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is qadeem. Qadeem meaning is unchangeable. Since ever, forever. No change will happen to him. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, كُلَّ يَوْمٍ هُوَ فِي شَأْنٍ. Got it? So now tanween is for wahdat. So كُلَّ يَوْمٍ هُوَ فِي شَأْنٍ وَاحِدٍ. Got it? Makhluk or creature, every day they are not in the same situation and same condition and in the same form. Their form, it changed from not from day to day, even from hour to hour and from 5 minutes to 5 minutes. Got it? Yes. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kulli yawmin huwa fi shan. That is one meaning. And then shan, the tanween is for tanwiyah. Tanween is for tanwiyah. So kulli yawmin huwa fi shan. Every day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fi shanin jadidin, in a new condition. So it means that he is changeable. So then we put there mahzuf and muqaddar. A mahzuf and muqaddar في شان جديد باعتبار متعلقه. في شان جديد باعتبار متعلقه. Now look, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Razzaq. He is the provider. He is the provider. Yes, from the very beginning, when he has created the world, he is providing. Still he is providing. Still he is. But regarding different people or different creature, his razzaqiyat and providing differ from day to day and from time to time. So yesterday he gave you to serve, and today you are hungry. He didn't provide you. So this is his different shan than yesterday. But that is bi'atibar muta'alliq. Nothing happened to his shan. It happened because of you or to you. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is neither subject to space nor to time. It is subjugation to time and space. That is the quality of whom? Physics. What?
Physics.
That's the quality of whom? Physics. And physical world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not a physical entity or someone from physical world. So for him, time and space means nothing. He is beyond time and space. But why these changes? So he says, وَالنُّوعُ الثَّانِي بِمَنْزِلَةِ طَارِئٍ عَارِضٍ وَذَلِكَ. And that is because Allah Ta'ala وَإِنْ كَانَ مُتَعَالِيًا عَنِ الزَّمَانِ. And you can put وَالْمَكَانِ. Even though he is مُتَعَالِيًا عَنِ الزَّمَانِ وَالْمَكَانِ, he is beyond time and space. فَلَهُ إِرْتِبَاطٌ بِوَجْهٍ مِّنَ الْوُجُوهِ بِالزَّمَانِ وَالزَّمَانِيَّاتِ. But still, he has a link with the time and the things in time. بِوَجْهٍ مِّنَ الْوُجُوهِ, in one way or the other. In one way or the other. Because his razaqiyat, that is connected to the creature. And creature are changeable. So the wasf of his razaqiyat, as far as its connection to a specific creature is concerned, that is changeable. That connection is changeable. Razaqiyat is not changeable. Got it? وَقَدْ أَخْبَرَ النَّبِي صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. So Imam Rahmatullah is giving us an example that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he informed us, in Allah yaqzi ba'da kulli mi'atin bihadisatin azimatin min al-hawadis. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decrees after every 100 years bihadisatin azimatin min al-hawadis, with about a great event of events, out of events, amongst the events. So he is actually, Imam Rahmatullah is referring to a hadith. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said in a hadith, Inna Allah yab'asu ala rasi kulli mi'atin lihazi al-ummah man yujaddidu laha dinaha. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after every 100 years, he will send someone who will revive for my ummah their deen. He will start a moment and the deen once again will go to its peak. So so that is hadisa min al-hawadis al-azima. That is hadisa min al-hawadis, and that's why our ulama unanimously they decreed regarding the subcontinent that there the mujaddid was Mujaddid al-Sani, Shaykh Ahmad Sarhandi rahmatullahi alayhi. That's why he's got what? Mujaddid al-Sani. Now for al-Salis, because now for we are al-Sani. Who will be for al-Salis? Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. Who will be there to revive our deen? How he revived deen? Mujaddid Sahib rahmatullahi alayhi. Because in his time, that was the time of Akbar. Who? Jalaluddin Akbar, the king. And he was ruling the whole India, including Sri Lanka and Bangladesh and Burma and Afghanistan, and the whole area was in his control. So now the Muslims and the Hindus and the Sikhs and the Christians and the Buddhists and the Jainmat and this and that and that and that. His army was also consist of all these things. For the set purpose, he is the one who established this new language known by the name of Urdu for his army. That's why it is called Urdu. But on the other hand, he said that religious disputes amongst these people that also create a problem. Got it? So he had two mullahs. One was Abul Fazl and the other one was Faizi. They were father and son, and they were genius of their time. Genius of their. So he ordered them to bring forth good things of different religion and combine it. So we should put people on that. Got it? Abrahamic faith. So, got it? It was not Abrahamic faith yet because the Mushrikeen were also there. So anyhow, this political thing is going on from the very beginning. This is not a new thing. Got it? or not? Yes. So at that time, they brought forth such like things. And in this regard, number one, he stopped slaughtering a cow because it bothers Hindus a lot. So it was haram legally in his time. Number one. Number two, he ordered to have a sajda tazimi to the king when you enter. So when people were entering to the Din Akbar, so they were doing sajda. So Mujahid Rahmatullah alayhi was the first one. He stood up against that. Otherwise, mullahs like me, they were, yes, either because of fear of death, yes, or because of a few coins. Because these are the two things, either fear of death or interest. But Mujahid Rahmatullah alayhi, he was the first one who stood up against that. And he was captured and put and tortured there in the fortress of Gawaliar. Fortress of Gawaliar. But Mujahid Sahib was of Allah. So the repercussion will be befalling Jalaluddin Akbar. So he was asking other ulama, why it happened to me? My planning is proper. They said that you put a Waliullah in jail and you tortured him. So he brought him out. And when he came, so Akbar said they bring him directly to me. So they brought him. He was in fetters, in chains. So he came like this. So he said that you did not follow the protocol. He said, what protocol? He said, Sajda. He said, I am Muslim. Sajda is only to Allah. Even we cannot make sajda to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, who is the utmost highest creature of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now such a bravery, so Akbar got influenced with this bravery. He said, yes, Muslim, I am also a Muslim. I am also a Muslim. So, and Mujahid Sahib right away said, and number two, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created some halal animal. Nobody has any right to make it haram. The cow. Got it? And thus Akbar changed the rules. Yes, so sajda was gone, number one. And number two, the slaughter. So anyhow, وأخبر آدم وغيره من الأنبياء عليهم الصلوات والتسليمات. And he is bringing another hadith, referring to another hadith. This hadith is a very famous hadith. I have written a book, now that is in the printing press, النفخات الأنسية في الحديث القدسية. So there in the end I have brought this hadith. I have mentioned the sources, that hadith is narrated by whom. And then I explained it. So this, we call it Hadith al-Shafa'at al-Kubra. Hadith al-Shafa'at al-Kubra. That on the day of judgment, all the people, they will be gathered together in the court of Allah. So at that time, the hardship, the difficulty of the time, and the accountability is not going to start. So some people will get together, that accountability at least to be started. This is another azab. This wait. So they say, what should be done? They said, look, let's go to Abul Bashar. What? Abul Bashar, Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, grandfather of human. So they will come to him. So they will say, Baba, can you request Allah to start accountability? So he will say, he cannot. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala today, he is in such an angry form. So it means yesterday he was not like. Because the hadith wording is, he has never shown such like anger before. In future, he will. So it means that the changing of condition. That yesterday he was not in this anger. Tomorrow he will not be in this anger, but today he is. Got it? So Imam Rahmatullah is actually based on this hadith. He is actually explaining to us that this is because of its connection to the creature. Because of its connection to the creature. Otherwise, in the entity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is no change. So Adam alayhi salatu wasalam will say that I cannot. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prevented me to eat from the tree and I ate it. So I feel shy. I feel shy. Then they will come to Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam. He will say the same thing. That actually, even though I was bearing all these difficulties for 950 years, but still I made a bad dua on my people which are not good, but I did it, so I feel shy, I cannot request. Then Ibrahim alayhi salam, he will say his own thing. Musa alayhi salam, Isa alayhi salam, and Isa will tell them that the only personality who can make this request, that is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So these people will approach Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says that فَأَسْجُدُ تَحْتَ عَرْشِهِ, I will make a sajda in front of his arsh, and I will say, oh Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are kind and be kind to us, and please start the accountability. Got it? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that my Lord will tell me, irfa rasak ya Muhammad. Yes. That bring up your head, I will start. So anyhow, actually Imam Rahmatullah alayhi, he is referring to that the wording of all these messengers, lam yaghzab wa la yaghzabah, that he was not angry before this day, nor he will be that much angry after this. So it means that change of conditions. وأخبر آدم وغيره من الأنبياء, Adam and other Anbiya, they have given us khabar or informed us في حديث الشفاعة بشيء من هذا الباب, with something from this side, from this type. حيث قال كل واحد منهم, that every one of them will say إن ربي تبارك وتعالى قد غضب اليوم غضبا, that my Lord today he became that much angry, لم يغضب قبله مثله, that in such like angry tone he was never been before this, ولن يغضب بعده مثله, and like this he will never be angry after this. فإذا تهيأ العالم. So now Imam Rahmatullah alayhi says that there are two types of asbab, permanent asbab and number two, tari' arizi. فإذا تهيأ العالم لإفادة الشرائع. So when the world is ready, لإفادة الشرائع, for Sharia and Ahkam to be poured on, وتعيين الحدود, and for limit to be fixed and prescribed and described, وتجل الحق منزلا عليهم الدين, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he did tajalli munzilan alayhim ad-din, and he is sending down to them the deen, وَامْتَلَأَ الْمَلَأُ الْأَعْلَى بِهِمَّةٍ قَوِيَّةٍ, and the angels of Malaya, they are filled up with a complete tawajjuh to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, hasba zalika, because they, look at me, that the angels of Malaya, they are just like the loading devices. They're just like what? The loading. They are focusing towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala filling them with the shara'i, and then they are sending it down. حسب ذلك يكون حينئذ أدنى سبب من الأسباب الطارئة. So at that time, a very small cause from الأسباب الطارئة, from these temporary أسباب, كافيا, that is enough في قرع باب الجود, to knock at the door of generosity. وَمَنْ دَقَّ بَابَ الْكَرِيمِ انْفَتَحَ, and thus Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sending such like things or such like shariah, because وَمَنْ دَقَّ بَابَ الْكَرِيمِ انْفَتَحَ, whosoever will knock at the door of a generous man, so for sure that door will get open and it will, something will come out of that. وَصَلَّى اللَّهُ تَعَالَى عَلَى خَيْرِ خَلْقِهِ مُحَمَّدٍ وَآلِهِ وَأَصْحَابِهِ أَجْمَعِينَ.